Hello everyone, today we are going to interview Pongdalong, the first ever trophy player to get over 3,100 trophies with one brawler, Shelly, and all done in solo showdown. Of course, this is going to be with theming and with a very different strategy as what I would use, but very fun to watch. Know that he has to play very different than what I do, because if he loses one match and get negative trophies, it can be up to over an hour into matchmaking to just get back his trophies, and with that he has to get every match first place. So teaming is an important strategy, otherwise he will lose just too many trophies and get into problems. At this trophy range, teaming is mainly just always a thing that's going to happen in each match. A match without teaming is not going to happen at 2,000 plus trophies in solo showdown. That's just not possible. You can see each brawler teaming just to get their super. Especially El Primo and Shelly, these brawlers team just to get their super ready and to gang up on people. It's important that you do this, because a brawler without super is a weak brawler. A brawler without super has no defense or ability to create fear and to get further into the game. You can see that brawlers without super will get targeted, so getting your super charged up and having many power cubes is very important at high trophy showdown. I am myself a very aggressive solo showdown player, but at this trophy range it is simply not possible to be very aggressive. You have to play very passive and be very careful, because you can lose trophies, and once you lose trophies you get hours and hours lost of gameplay, and you have to be for hours and hours in matchmaking. When you compare it to how we play, we get in matchmaking and sometimes it takes 2 minutes, but for him it can take up to 20-25 minutes. So if he loses one game and loses 10 trophies, it's going to be in matchmaking for the next hour, which is just not fair, not worth taking the risk. It's important that you know when to team and how to team, because there are always going to be brawlers who are going to be jealous and trying to take you down first. So you have to be the most passive player and careful player and looking at where the least action is happening. Pongdalong told me that Shelly is a very fun brawler to team with, but also it is very important to never panic your super. A mistake that many Shelly players make is to use their super way too fast, and once they use their super, they become way too weak and get targeted way too fast, because your super is the ability to kill many brawlers and push them back. It's so important to keep and save it until you really need it to get a kill or to push all the brawlers back, especially at the end of the game. When you keep your super, you are safe and you always guarantee yourself of another opportunity to get back into the game, back at a better position. But once you use it and there are more than a few brawlers left, they will try to target you, because once they take you out, they get a place closer to getting positive trophies. I asked Pongdalong what he thought about Solo Showdown Plus, and he told me that Solo Showdown Plus is nice, but it didn't solve teaming at all. It actually increased teaming at a certain trophy range level. He prefers Solo Showdown after all. Without Solo Showdown Plus, the extra trophies are not worth it, because it didn't solve what they were trying to solve. It just made people more aggressive at lower trophy ranges, which is nice for them, but at higher trophy ranges where the actual problem lies, there is nothing that is changed. Pongdalong told me that he played over 14 hours a day to get to this trophy record. It's absolutely insane how much dedication he has, and he told me that when you lose some trophies, you need to get back into the vibe instead of keep losing these trophies. You need to take a short break and get back again at grinding, because of course you cannot take too much of a break if you want to get this high of trophies. He also told me that he uses clay pigeons mainly to poke enemies to get your super ready. At the start it is mainly important to go for boxes, that's the one priority you have at the start, and then go for your super. Your super is also very important because it's actually your defense, your ability to attack, and your ability to gain a better position in Solo Showdown. And he also told me that he really likes the new Solo Showdown map that came into the game. Now I'm going to give my opinion about Solo Showdown and Pongdalong. I absolutely think that Pongdalong is an amazing skilled player. To get this many trophies in Solo Showdown has to be done with teaming, of course, but it is going to be done with skill. Of course it has to be done with skill, otherwise you will lose each game. Teaming is different. You have to use different tactics. You have to be Careful at what you do. You have to play with people. You have to control how people react to how you play, because you have to get consistently first place versus all 9 players who try to use the same strategy as you. So it's a different kind of solo showdown, but it's still very fun. I do think that teaming at other trophy ranges ruins the game. That's why I play at a lower trophy end, at 5 to 600 trophies, just so I can play more aggressive and play the game without theming, play solo showdown how it was intended to be. I do not like teaming. I used it to team in beta solo showdown, but that's not anymore now. That's why I choose then, when the game went global, to start to not team anymore. Now I will show you the difference at his trophy range and my trophy range. I will play a solo showdown game with Shelly. I hope that you liked the video and that you like the voice part. I really do try to improve my English. Feel free to like and subscribe if you liked this part of the video. Let's now start the next part with some more music, kind of chill vibe, where I play Shelly, and at last, of course, another crazy solo showdown game where Pongdalong dominates everyone. Yeah.